my friends, welcome to my North Knit Corner. My name is Anne and I come to you from the south of Norway. Here I live with my husband and our 3 boys. And today is episode 46. Welcome if you have been here before. Welcome if you are here for the first time. Hope that you will enjoy the content here. I am very excited to talk about my FOs and my whips, the Yarnjoy that I have acquired since the last episode. So I hope that you have something good to drink and find your craft of choice. Sit down and let's talk about knitting. Just a quick reminder that you can find everything I talk about in the description box below. I will link to my social media and to my Ravelry projects and other things that I talk about today. And I also have timestamps on this episode, so it's easy for you to skip to the different parts of this episode. Yes. Now let's talk about knitting. My first FO today is the cardigan I'm wearing, and I'm so grateful that it's finally done because this has been on my knitting plans list for at least 2 years. I've had some drops brushed alpaca silk in the color curry, number 19, in my stash for several years. It was something that I bought on sale once. And it's been screaming at me in my shelf here, and I'm so happy that it's finally out of my stash and turned into this lovely cardigan. This is the Laurie Cardigan by Liesl Design. She has designed this for hobby or hobby, however you say it. It's a free pattern on hobby, which I can link to in the description box. It's just an easy cardigan with the raglan. Nothing special about it, but it's it's just very easy, mindless knit. It's knit on thick needles, so I have been using 6 and 8 millimeter needles, which is US 10 and 11. It weighs 190 grams, so I only had a few grams left of the last ball, 6 grams maybe. So I'm very happy to have knit it all up, and it's a short cardigan. And it doesn't have any buttons, so it only has an I-cord on the edges and on the sleeves. So it's a really nice just to throw on. It's very light and it's soft. The drops brushed alpaca silk is very soft and nice to have on. So I think this will be a perfect cardigan for the summer months here in Norway, because it gets very chilly, especially in the evenings. So it's nice. I've just thrown it over my mala top today, which is a design by Anna Daku. I knitted this last year. It's a really nice summer top with some nice lace in the front. And I've knitted this in Sandnes Line, I believe. So it's very drapey and soft and nice to have. And just throw over this new cardigan that I'm very happy with. It's a fast knit, but since you knit it flat, I feel like the purl side always takes a long time. So it felt kind of slow in that sense, but it's thick needles, so the arms flown by because they are only in the round and round, so it goes by very fast. So I'm very happy with how this turned out. I can show you this sock that is hanging here. talked about them last time because they were a whip, but now they are done and I have 2 socks this time. This is the Coffee Break Socks by Stone Knits. I have her beautiful book, The Charming Colorwork Socks. I've knitted the size 2 with Sandnes Sisu, which I have dyed myself. My husband got me a lot of white Sandnes Sisu for Christmas that I could dye, so I did. And I knitted on needles 2.25 and 2.5 millimeters, which is US 1 and 1.5. These are very big. You can see that they don't even fit my sock blocker. So I have to, the next time I knit something from the book, from Stone Knits, I need to knit a size 1, I think. And also I knitted with Sandnes Sisu, which is a little bit thicker than the normal thin fingering sock yarn. But yeah. But I think they look very nice. I really like the coffee cups motif with the coffee beans. And yeah. So I'm happy with them. I will maybe give them to my husband, or since he has bigger feet than me. Yeah, maybe I should do that and then knit some new for myself. Good idea. Did I write down how much they weigh? No, I did not. But it is here. Yeah, I really love to knit these socks from this book. This is my 2nd pair and there will be more. It's so many beautiful socks in that book. I have finished my Oslo hat by Petite Knit. It's almost matched my cardigan. I have knitted this in Filcolan Avetta in the color mustard, number 136, together with Sandnes Tynn Silk Mohair, in a color that I dyed myself because I didn't like the color that was on the yarn. It was a light yellow color that I dyed over. So it matched the Filcolana Avetta color, or the mustard color, very nice. So I paired them. I've knitted this once before in the exact same combination, but that turned out a little bit too big. So this time I knitted the child size. I have knitted on 3.5 millimeter needles, US 4. And this turned out perfectly. It's the first time I'm actually very happy with my Oslo hat. I've knitted 5 Oslo hats before, and they always turned out too big, and I didn't even like how I did the decreases, but because I felt they were really gapey. But this time I'm actually very happy. They are not perfect, but I think they are better than they've been before. They're more or less gapey than they have been before. So this, I feel, fits my head very nice. And I also didn't knit as long as you were supposed to before you started the decreases, because I don't really want a very slouchy hat. So yeah, I can take it on, even though I feel like I don't really look good in a hat, but okay. Yes, so this is how it is. So it's a little bit, but not much. Yeah. Yeah, as I said, I don't feel like I look good in a hat, but it is a necessary evil here in Norway in the fall and winter to protect our ears. So finally I have an Oslo hat that I am happy with. So now I know how I have to knit it if I want it for myself, because I like a snug hat. I like that it's snug around my ears and not too slouchy. Yeah. So I'm happy with this and I can't wait to use it fall and winter. It weighs 64 grams. So that is my Oslo hat. And then I can talk briefly about Lappestafetten. As I said last time, Lappestafetten, or square something. I can't remember what I called it last time. Norwegian podcasters have come together and we are making squares. Several Norwegian podcasters have designed a square each, and each month it's a new square from a different Norwegian podcaster. I am going to design a square. I haven't done it yet, but I will, and there is a knit along for that square. So when I'm designing a square, it's my turn to host the knit along for that month, and people can knit my square and put into the Ravelry group, and yeah. So that's the thought, and it's a way to talk about different podcasters and just sharing the love, something like that. So last month's square was the first one, and it was this. I've shown it before. It's the Angel Square from Gunnis Englestrikk, a Norwegian podcaster, and this month's square is from a lady called Hilde, Hulder Hildes Håndarbeids-hule. I'm sure you understood a lot from that. But she made a square called Sjakk den lappen. Chess that square. Chess that square. Yeah, that's directly translated. Chess, the game chess, and square. Chess that square. So here it is. I'm knitting this in Rauma Finull on 3.5mm needles, US 4, because I'm going to make myself a blanket. So now I have 2 squares, and this is in the color, let me see. Haven't I written that somewhere? No. It's light blue, marled light blue, I think it's called. I can't remember the color number. But I'm thinking maybe I will use this as like a main colors and have different colors on some of the squares, and that I will have them like every other square is this color. I'm not sure. Or maybe I should just have a lot of different colors. But I think maybe it would be nice to have one color that goes through the whole blanket. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. So this will be sewn together, and then I am waiting for the square for July. My next FO is maybe not a FO for long, because my head has been all over the place, it seems. I can get so frustrated with myself and my brain because it really turns off. It's just the way it is. But that means there's a lot of ripping back, which can be annoying. But I can show you my FO and then we can talk more about it. This is my Talulah tee by Herb Garden Knitwear. And I want to start by saying that the pattern is an awesome pattern. It's a great design and I love it so much. And everything I say now is all on me. I love the fit of this top. I love the yarn. It's so soft and drapey and nice. So this is so annoying. Let me talk about the yarn. It's from Through the Wardrobe Yarn. It's her Regency Romance DK base in the color Shall We Promenade. And it's such a fun color. It's not easy to show you, but it's like an icy blue. And it changes with the light. So sometimes I see a lot of purple, sometimes I see pinks, I see some blues. Yeah, it's just an amazing color. And the yarn is so soft. The base is 50% merino wool and 50% silk. So it's so shiny and lovely. So I had this with me on a trip that I was on for a few weeks ago, and I knitted on it. I knitted everything but the collar and one sleeve. So I was almost done and I tried it on and I saw that one of these chains, I call them chain, these lines, I had done it wrong and just hadn't seen it. Which is weird because that means that particular round hadn't gone up, if you understand what I mean. So I should have realized it, but I didn't. So I ended up ripping back quite a bit and knitted all again. I knitted the whole thing. I was so happy. It looked great. I washed it. I blocked it. I did everything. I took it on and I saw this on this side. Not this side, this side. Not easy when I'm looking at myself in the screen here. But here, down here, you can see that there is some kind of round thing here. It's not straight. The line is not straight. And I don't know what happened there. And I didn't see it before I took it on, and I'm so bummed because I was thinking maybe I can live with it, maybe it doesn't matter, but it does matter. It doesn't look good and it's annoying. And I know that if I just keep this like that, I will never wear it. And it's sad because I really like this top and I love the yarn, the fit, everything. So I am thinking that I have to rip it back one more time. So my dilemma or my thinking is, should I rip back? Because there is a mistake down here. Yeah, there is a mistake in this line here. So maybe I should rip back all the way. Oh, sorry. Let me see. I should rip back to down here, which is pretty far. It's almost everything. And knit it all again. And check every row before I continue. So I will avoid having to rip back one more time. Or should I? Because the back is perfect. It looks really good. So if this had been reversed, I wouldn't have ripped it back, I think. Because I don't care how it looks on the back. Because I don't see my back. I don't care. But I want it to be nice in the front. So what I can also do is just rip down just the front to where I separate for the sleeves, and I knit the front and back separately, because then there is less to rip back and I can just live with my mistake on the on the back. That is less knitting, so it will be done faster. Or should I just rip it all back and start from the bottom here and try to do everything nicely? What do you think? What would you do? Would you rip all the way back down here, or just rip back so you can change the front and the back? I need help to decide. I don't know. But I know I want to rip it back because I can't live with my mistake. So this is a FO right now, but it will be ripped back. So I'm knitting the size 5. It's the perfect size. Everything is great. Knitting on 3 and 3.5 millimeter needles, US 2.5 and 4. Yes. Tell me what you would do. Last episode I showed you a blanket that I started, the Zigzag Zen blanket by Annie Uti Knits. And I told you that I was going to rip it back because the main color that I had, I couldn't get more of it. So I decided to order some new yarn and then another color for the blanket and start again. And I also told you that I had gotten a message that day that I filmed my last episode that my yarn had arrived, and I'd been to my mailbox, but there was no package there. So I told the yarn company that I was buying from. I told Post that I didn't get my package, but they said they had delivered it. And they probably maybe had, but someone had stolen it, I don't know, from my mailbox. Anyway, I got a replacement package from the yarn company. That was wonderful, and I didn't have to pay anything more. I just got it all replaced. So I'm very happy with that. So now I have got my yarn, and I've started the blanket again. And I even come a little bit further than I had last time. And it's such a fun knit. It's very easy. It's just garter, and it's on thick needles. It's on needle 5.5 millimeter, US 9. This is how far I've come. And now I am knitting with my main color, which is Drops Flora, in the color beige, number 7. And it is a little bit more brown than I thought that it would be, but it's okay. It's okay. I think it's okay. And the other things, other yarns that I'm knitting with are just fingering scraps that I hold together. I also hold the Drops Flora 2 strands together to make it DK. And it's very fun. It's fun because you change colors all the time, and you also change direction, which is fun. So I like to knit on this, and the best part is that I get to use up a lot of scraps that I have accumulated. So yeah, it's always great to see more scraps getting out of my scrap jar. So highly recommend this blanket pattern if you want to knit up some scraps. Yes, and then I'm knitting on some socks because last time I got ready to leave for a knitting trip and all my whips were ready to go to bring to this trip, so I had to start something simple that I could knit before I left. So I started some socks. More coffee socks, not those, but the morning coffee socks by the Crazy Sock Lady. If it has the coffee in the pattern name, I'm there. I love coffee. I love everything about coffee. So the Morning Coffee Socks by Kay Litton. Here is one sock done already. And I'm using scraps here as well. And this is, the blue is Sannes Sisu that I have dyed myself. The white is Drops Fabel in the color of white. And it has this very easy but nice structure and heel flap and gusset. And I've started my second sock. So I've just picked up for the foot, and I'm going to start my decreases. And that's the part I think is the most boring part of the sock when I do a heel flap and gusset. It's the part where I have to decrease for the foot. I feel like it takes forever, and when I've done that, it just flies by the rest of the foot, but that's the boring part for me anyway. So since this is scraps, I didn't have enough blue to finish the sock, so I just striped in the white. Yeah, that's the Morning Coffee Socks. I'm knitting the size 1, I can tell you that, and I'm knitting on Chaigu 2.25mm needles, US 1. Magic Loop is what I like the most. I have 9-inch needles, but I'm not friend with my 9-inch. I want to be, because it looks very nice to just be able to knit with a 9-inch and not have to drag this loop around, but no. Maybe I should try again. I guess it's some kind of practice thing. You just have to do it a little bit and then it will be okay. Maybe I should try again. But that's those. My last work in progress is another one of those, where's my head? Why is my head doing this to me? It's a sweater that I started a while ago in another yarn. It's the Summer's Evening Sweater by Laurie in Work Knits. And I was so eager to start it that I found some yarn that I had in my stash. I knew that it maybe wouldn't be enough, and it wasn't enough. So I ended up ripping it all back, and when I was on my knitting trip this time, I bought yarn for it and cast it on again. So here is how far I have come. I can show you it first. That's the back. Maybe I should show you the front. And this is a great pattern. It's you can either follow your size with all the calculations and everything, or there's a formula where you can use some kind of calculations to find out the best fit for you. I haven't done that because that takes a bit more brain power than I have. But I think it's wonderful that the option is there. So I am following the size D. I'm knitting on 3.5mm needles US 4. My favorite needle. I use it a lot. And this beautiful yarn is from a Norwegian podcaster who also dyes yarn, called Saffron Socks. I don't have her tag here, but yeah. It's very beautiful. She doesn't have colorway names. All her colors are one-off. So I followed the pattern as written, and I have a gauge, everything is great, but I didn't check my row gauge, so that ended up to be a mistake, not checking the row gauge. Because I got way too big of an armhole. If I'm not remembering wrong, it also says a comforting message in the pattern that if you feel like your armhole is too big, don't worry, it will all work out. And I read that and I thought, yes, I won't worry about this. But I tried it on when I had split for my sleeves. And yeah, I realized that I have to check my row gauge, and I was so off. So I have now just ripped back and fudged this a little bit to fit me. Yeah, because I didn't want to rip it all back and start again to take in account that my row gauge was off, because I could have done that and just, yeah. But I didn't want to do that. So now I've just fudged it a little bit. So I think it's good now. I think it fits me nicely. It's a little bit different of a construction that than I have done before. Yeah, so it's a lot of knitting flat for a while. So maybe something to think about, but it is kind of a fun construction and new for me, so that's always good to learn something new. I have knitted the sleeves. I just want short sleeves. Lauren has this beautiful short sleeve version on the pattern page that I really like. So I wanted to have something similar like that. So, and it's an I-cord on the edges. I'm feeling like I'm so far away from you guys. Yeah, I-cord on the edges. Right now it's not laying flat, but I think that will solve itself when I wash it. Yes, so now it's just stockinette, and I haven't read the ending of the pattern, but I guess it's I-cord edge on this as well. And since I am copying Lauren because I really liked her top, I am going to have a color block with this color on the bottom here. I'm going to knit a little bit more with this color and change and only have this on the bottom. This is also from Saffron Socks. Yeah. So I think this will be nice. I'm excited to finishing this. And it looks really nice. It's like it drapes over the shoulder in a different kind of way than I'm used to. And I think they are really fun, these sleeves. Yeah, it's a different construction. So I'm always enjoying learning something new. Since I've been on a knitting festival, I have a lot of Yarnjoy and plans with the yarn that I have acquired. But I made a vlog where I share all the yarns that I got, and I can link it to it up here and in the description if you're interested to see what I got there. So I won't show you that now. But I also got some more yarn in that package that I lost, that I got replaced. Other than the Drops Flora, I also got yarn for a sweater that I'm going to knit for my sister, the Chunky Dahlia by Lene Holme Samsø. I got this Drops Air in the colorway. It's hidden, I think. Number 11. It's a really fun Turkish color with a little bit of purple in it, and it's really like heathered. So I think this will be a nice chunky dahlia. I am thinking Christmas present, so I have some time. Then I got some Drops Bell in this, I'm not sure what the color name is, the color 7. Is it the beige, or it's more like a brown color? Yeah. This will be a tankarti by Annie Juti Knits. I've knitted one before last summer that I wear a lot. I love that top, so I want another one. It's one of those tops that I just gravitates to because it fits everything I have. My jeans, my shorts, my skirts, everything. It goes through everything. So I wanted one in a more neutral color. The other one I have is like in this, I want to say brick color, clay, sort of rusty color. So I wanted one that was a little bit more neutral. And then I just, to get free shipping, as you do, instead of paying shipping, I got another yarn, just a sock yarn. This Talulah warm sock yarn. Just in this fun color, 5102. The kind of a stripy sock yarn. So this will be some nice socks eventually. Also, something that I forgot to show in the vlog is a yarn that I bought in a shop in Bergen. Bergen is where I was. On the one day we were going to different yarn shops in Bergen, and then I found this Senta by Permin. This is 50% wool, 30% silk, and 20% nylon. And this is also kind of a marled, heathered color. It was on sale, so that's why I ended up with a sweater quantity of it. I'm thinking maybe a cardigan. I have a lot of sweaters. I need more cardigans. So I'm not sure what cardigan, so if you have any suggestions, I would love them. This is 50 grams, 180 meters. So I guess it's a kind of DK weight yarn. Yes. So if you have any jacket or cardigans suggestions for me, I would love to hear. And the lady that I was so lucky to stay with when I was on my trip, she's also a podcaster, only in Norwegian, but she's a wonderful lady, and she had put this nice welcome gifts on our beds. We were 4 people staying with her and her partner, and her 2 beautiful cats. Oh my, they were so sweet, and I'm so allergic. It's okay for me to be in the same house as them, but if I touch them and touch my face, I get all swollen up, so I can't touch them, and it was so difficult because they were so cute. I love cats and I love dogs. Dogs I luckily am not allergic to, for some weird reason, but the cats, no, they were so sweet. Anyway, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about this beautiful yarn that was in this welcome gift, and there was chocolate and chips, and it's all gone. This is the yarn Sval from JH Design, a Norwegian brand, and it's the content is 85 eco cotton, 50% baby alpaca. It's 175 meters on 50 grams, I think. Yes, so I think maybe a little scarf or something would be very nice, and I love this color. It's so beautiful, and the yarn is so shiny. Excited to do something with that. And there's another yarn that I got when I was at Hillesvåg Mill that I forgot to talk about in my vlog, and I also forgot to bring it out now, so let me just get that. So if you've seen some of my last few episodes, you know that I've recently tried unspun yarn, which was from Hillesvåg, the place that I visited, and I knitted the lace cap tee by Isabella Clark. And when I was at Hillesvåg, they had this shelf with a lot of unspun yarn in beautiful colors. And I had decided I was not going to buy any unspun yarn because I like to knit with it, but it takes some effort. But I really love my lace cap tee. I've used it a lot since I finished it, and it's just so comfortable to have on. And I was looking at all this unspun yarn, and there were standing some other people there looking at this, trying to decide what to get. And I bought some unspun yarn in this beautiful color. This really rusty orangey, beautiful fall color. So nice. Yes, so I was standing there with another podcaster friend, and she suggested for me that I could knit the lace cap tee again, but only with those yarn over structure pattern and without the color work in it. And I thought that is a great idea because then I only had to buy one cake of the unspun yarn, because this is over 200 grams of yarn, and I can't remember how much I used, but I didn't use a whole cake of yarn. Now I used 2 different colors in the other one, but it was under 200 grams of yarn. So I have enough here to make another one. So that's my plan. I'm very easy to talk into things when it comes to yarn. And it's really affordable yarn. It doesn't cost much. So this top will cost me, how much did I pay for this? 140 kroners, which is not much at all for so much yarn and to get one top out of. Excited to knit that, but it will be in the fall, I guess, or before. Let's see. Time to take a summary of May, and let's see if I have been able to be on the negative side of the yarn in and out. Have I knitted up more than I have acquired? I knitted out of my stash 2,192.8 grams. In April, I was also on the negative side. So in April, I had 3,471.3 grams knitted out of my stash so far this year. And in May, I acquired 1,347 grams of yarn into my stash. So I'm happy to say I have still knitted up more than I have gotten in to my stash. So now I'm on minus 4,317.9 grams. More out than in. Yay! So let's see how this goes in June, because now I've acquired quite a lot of yarn in June so far. I'm not planning to buy any more yarn for quite some time. So hopefully it will not be more in than out so far this year. But we have to see when June is over to find out. But I will bring this minus 4,317.9 grams into June, just to see. I want to bring it with me to the next month, just to see if I can knit up more than I get into my stash. I think that's a lot of fun, and not just take it month by month, but to bring the numbers from last month into the next month. And I hope this all makes sense to you. It really makes sense to me. But as I say every time, it's just that I knit up more than I get into my stash. I really like to keep an eye on that, or to be aware of that, just for fun for myself. But I also love to watch other people talk about what they have knitted up and what they have gotten in, and the numbers and stuff. I really find that a lot of fun. Yes, so that's my summary, and I will fill up my coffee cup and we can talk a little bit about my trip to Bergen. So 2 weeks ago now, I think, I got on the bus and I went to a place called Rygge, which is about 4.5 hours with the bus. And I also had to take the train just for 20 minutes to meet up with another podcaster that I know from before. I stayed with her last year as well. I stayed with her for one night before me and her and 2 other lovely podcasters met up to take the train from Oslo to Bergen, which takes about 7.5, 8 hours, I think. It takes us over the beautiful mountains in Norway. It's such a beautiful trip, and we had this old booth to sit together in the train. So that was very nice, because then we had our own little place to sit and knit and drink coffee and enjoy ourselves. So it was a very nice train ride. And I talk all about this in my vlog that I posted last week. So if you're interested, I will link it below. So I won't talk too much about it now, but four people were staying with another beautiful podcaster in Bergen, who had invited us to stay with her and her partner, as I said, and her cats. And it was wonderful, and we just knitted and talked a lot and had so much fun. And on the Friday we went to the Hillesvåg mill and got a tour there, and to see all those old machines still in business, creating beautiful yarn. Norwegian sheeps was just wonderful. And meeting almost 25 Norwegian podcasters there. And some I've met before, and some were new acquaintances. Yeah, I met them for the first time. I'd seen them on the screen, of course, but not live, so that was a lot of fun. And we had a quiz, and we had cake and coffee, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I went to Strikkekraft, the knitting festival, directly translated to Knitting Power. So this Knitting Power festival is actually come together because of a book project that is called Strikkekraft, and there are Norwegian designers and designers from other countries that has been inspired by knitted machine knitted items from a company in Oslo, which was where the festival was held. It's an island outside of Bergen. So they have come together and to make this book, and it will be released in September, and we got a sneak peek of all of the designs, which was a lot of fun. And it's the market, and I got so much beautiful yarn. Some of them are here, but you can also see them in my blog. So it was just a very nice time. I met a lot of nice people there, some viewers of my Norwegian podcast, which was a lot of fun. And yeah, just a very nice trip. It was almost a week away from my family, but it was yeah, a lot of great memories that I bring with me from that trip to Bergen. And I have lived in Bergen, not for a very long time. I lived there for about 8 months. 8 months when I was 17. So 26 years ago. It's a long time ago. Wow. I was an au pair, something like that. I lived at a family, and I took care of their kids for a little while. Yes. So I had a lot of fun going back to Bergen. It's a beautiful, beautiful city, and yeah, amazing. It was just amazing and fun. Yes. I think that is everything I'm going to talk about today. I hope that you enjoyed your time together with me. Thank you so much again for all thumbs up and your nice, encouraging comments. It really warms my heart to read them all. And if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. It helps out my channel a lot, and I can get to spread some knitting joy to more people, which I always appreciate. I really love making these podcasts. I think I say it every time, but I really do. It means a lot to me to know that you are out there watching and sharing this love for knitting that we have. Okay, guys, take care of yourself and the people around you. I hope you have beautiful days, whatever season you're in right now. And I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. Bye, friends.